Unlike Chanel, who sued the RealReal, Burberry partnered with them. In the past few days, Burberry and the RealReal announced a partnership. Here's how it works. Between now and January 30th of 2020, if you consign your authentic Burberry piece to the RealReal, Burberry will invite you for a personal shopping session at one of their locations and also offer you tea. Why did this happen? In short, if you can't fight them, join them. For years, luxury brands have destroyed their own items. This is widely known. What they do is they estimate how many they think they can sell. They market them, they sell what they can. They may mark the price down once, put them on sale with one markdown, and then if they don't sell, they burn them. They destroy them. Why would they do this? Why would they destroy their own items? They want to create this image of scarcity. They're mass producing these items, but they want them to appear scarce. They don't want them to end up at places like Marshall's or TJ Maxx. They really want you to buy them full price or close to full price from their stores and not see them discounted in other places. This has been considered best practice for years. Something happened recently. Burberry announced in their financials that they had destroyed about 38 million US dollars worth of goods, and their customers didn't like it. They didn't like it at all. Not only that, their shareholders didn't like it either. Nobody liked it. Combine that with the fact that over the past 3 years, the resale luxury apparel market has grown 21 times faster than the luxury retail market has, than the luxury market for new goods. 21 times faster. Burberry, seeing this trend, decided it was easier to join them than fight them. When Chanel sued the RealReal, I did a video asking whether Chanel had gone too far. Chanel was trying to stop the resale market altogether of their bags. They were asking the judge to decide that nobody could sell a bag with their logo on it. And that is just ridiculous. We buy cars, we resell them, it says Lexus or whatever right on them. This has gone on forever. We have a right to resell our bags. People have the right to start companies to resell items, and there's no way that Chanel can fight that fight. It's a fight that they can't win. They'll never win it. Furthermore, they're going to drive their own customers away. I would never buy a car from a company that would try to stop me from reselling it later. The same is true for a handbag. I'm not going to go into a Chanel store and buy a bag if what they're going to do is prevent me from ever selling it. So this is just a no-win situation for Chanel. They don't like it, but they can't stop it, and they should try to keep from ticking us off. It's just a fight that they couldn't win. What I suggested at the time was that Chanel try to find a way to partner with the RealReal, to work together to make sure that they were selling authentic bags and 100% authentic bags. Partnering is a much better way, and that is exactly what Burberry did. Burberry wins in 3 ways. The first is that they get to interact with customers who have shown an active interest in their brand. They invite them into the store, they offer tea, they give them this personal session, they get their name, they get to establish a relationship with them. And a lot of these customers are younger customers who will grow more and more into the brand. The second is that Burberry gets to look like a more sustainable brand, or at least to look like they're not fighting the idea. The third, and this one may be the most important, is they get to help assure that their products on the secondary market maintain higher prices. This is very important. If a brand's prices on the secondary market are high, that incents more people to go buy the item new. This justifies raising prices or keeping prices high in their stores. Brands who figure this out stand to win big. Burberry is not the first brand to partner with the RealReal. Others have also done it. Stella McCartney ran a program where if you consigned one of her pieces to the RealReal, you received a $100 gift certificate to use in her store. This promotion caused the price people were willing to pay for her items on the secondary market to increase by over 70%. Not long ago, Neiman Marcus bought into Fashionphile, and one goal here is that eventually you'll be able to walk into Neiman Marcus with your used luxury items and be able to consign them right there to be sold on Fashionphile. For its part, the RealReal has also recently latched onto this idea of sustainability. When they first started, they talked more in terms of costs, that you could get things cheaper and that you could consign your old things and get money for them. It was more about money. Now they've latched onto this idea of sustainability and the circular economy. Back in the day when we wanted to sell our luxury items after we'd used them for a long time, there just wasn't wasn't really a good way to do that. We either donated them to Goodwill or something like that, or took them down to our local consignment shop. But there wasn't a very good market for unloading our used luxury items. The same internet that has caused some of these luxury brands to explode in size has also created the opportunity for this resale market, for this ability for us to go and sell our items and have a marketplace for them. It's the same internet that does this. You can't have one without the other. Chanel would like to ride the wave of growing because everybody's talking about their brand, but they don't want to have the resale market happen. You truly cannot have one without the other. In other words, resistance is futile. This being said, the worry over whether items are authentic is RealReal. Past employees of the RealReal have come out saying that they were basically plucked off the street and paid very little to authenticate items. They had no skill in this. They were basically given a list of things to look out for and a quota of how many they had to do in a day, and not only authenticate but also get uploaded up onto the site. And if they didn't meet their quotas, there were a lot of penalties. Not only this, if they rejected an item, it didn't go toward their quotas. So they were incented to pass as many items as they could. The RealReal argues that for its higher-end brands, they do have experts. It's hard to tell, though, what's really going on in there, and there have been some items that have gone through that are clearly not authentic. The pre-loved luxury market is much smaller than the retail luxury market. There's no doubt about that. It's small enough that it is basically a rounding error to them. However, it is growing 21 times faster. That is what has caused a lot of the retailers to take note. This is the trend. The trend is for people to want to be able to resell their luxury items. Some are fighting it. As you know, I think they're going to lose that fight. Others are embracing it, and I think that is the way of the future, is for each brand to work out how to embrace it and how to make it work for everybody. Hopefully we can find a way to work together where everyone wins. The luxury brands, the pre-loved merchants, the consumers, and the planet. I'm jewelry designer Jill Maurer, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. And also please subscribe. I would love to see you here again. Until next time.